one. So I encourage everyone to have your friends and colleagues sign up for that, and let's get at least 10. That would be fun. At least 10. And for our core committee stuff, there's a couple things. One of the things that we are looking for right now is a couple trainers. We need 2 people to be online trainers. So it's through Go Meeting, and it's really not that hard. Lisa's a trainer, I'm a trainer, Joe's a trainer right now, and we're looking for just a couple more to join that team. So if you guys have interest in that, please feel free to reach out to me, and I would love to talk to you or anyone else. And the other big announcement that I have really is that you guys are the luckiest group in the whole wide world. I'm telling you right now, because I'm stepping down in January as the CTA chair, but Michelle Carson is going to be the new CTA chair.
Yay!
Yeah, and her her dedication as the vice chair this last year is just incredible. As you can see, she has a lot of enthusiasm. She's crafty. She's organized. She just like kicks ass and takes names. So
she's crazy as hell, just like you.
I am really excited
to be that job.
I am really excited to be able to turn over the gavel to her and have her lead this group, because I know her energy is going to be inspiring and it's going to take the group to a whole new level. So welcome, Michelle, and thank you very much.
Thank you, Jackie. I'm very, very excited, but I'm sad to see you go, but I know you'll still be around.
I'm not going nowhere. I'm good. I'm good. So those are our announcements, and tonight is all about honoring our 5-year CTAs and your commitment. So we have a very special guest of honor, Mickey Schaefer. She's right up there in the middle. Yay!
Yay!
And so Mickey is the founder of the CTA network, and she's the little spitfire that keeps it all going. And it's been really tough this last year, I'm sure. But Joe and I have had the pleasure of getting to know her through this and going to Arizona and visiting her when she has the summit. And it's really inspiring, and to be able to keep this all together, especially through this time, she's truly a leader in this. So I want to thank you very much for being here. I keep going in and out. I guess it's like a Halloween thing, huh? But I want to welcome you, Mickey, and the floor is yours. Please take some time and inspire us.
Well, I want to thank you all. This has been the highlight of my day, my month, I think. So much fun to be on a call and have to be serious and just have some fun. Michelle, I love your head bobbers. You're going to fit right in at our summit next year when you come to Jackie and Joe can come too. I just want to say hi to everybody. I'm recognizing faces and names from when I first came to Lake County and met you years ago. It seems like yesterday when I presented to your leaders and told them what CTA was and was it a fit for your destination, and boy, has it been a fit for you. And we're so excited to see you celebrating your 5 years. I'm going to toast you right now just with my little, this is vodka actually in a champagne glass. I think you guys are just awesome, and I'm so glad that Jackie and Joe invited me to be on this today. It's amazing. We have 17,000 CTAs. We don't know when we come out. We had 15 programs automatically renewing everybody, so we hopefully will not drop down too much, but we think by the end of next year we'll know how many CTAs we have because people have to get back into their jobs and everything. But and I want to just commend you that of the 32 programs, the 17,000 CTAs, you're the only all-volunteer CTA program.
Woo!
That awesome? Yes, you should be very, very proud of that. When the county had the program early on, and we thought we didn't know if you were going to be able to keep it, alive. And it happens in a lot of destinations because of the economy, whatever, over the years. And Jackie and Joe, I convinced them to come to Tucson to meet other people, and I think what it did was give them ideas that they've passed along to all of you on the committee, and Michelle, you as the new chair. And I think that the thing about CTA is that, it's a way to carry on the love and the camaraderie and sense of community that you already have there in Lake County. I'll never forget when I first drove in, it was so beautiful. I come the way through the mountains on the south side, and a lot of people think I'm nuts, but I tell you, the first time I rounded that one bend where you could actually see the lake, it was breathtaking. Yeah. We talk in the class about emotional connection. It was truly an emotional connection. for me to your county. And then I wound my way down and found the resort. We had a meeting room right by the lake. And my sister and brother-in-law had a house in the Lake of the Ozarks years ago, and it's in the central part of Missouri. And I'm a lake lover. I'm a water lover. I used to be a lifeguard. So when I'm just sitting there watching the lake water and the serenity, and then seeing the passion of your leaders as I was presenting to them, was so powerful. And I just see that you've carried that through. So I want to commend you on that. Not too many destinations have the stick to it-ness, if you will, to do it, especially during these times, if you know. And I also want to convey to you through all of our CTAs that we've talked with over the years, especially the last 2 or 3 years, you, Sonoma, our other CTA destinations, Butte County, that have been through the fires. We know you have been through a lot, and we've been watching you and praying so hard for you. And the CTAs just you have remarkable resilience, and they know that, and they appreciate that, and they celebrate you being part of the CTA family. So we're so proud of that. And it's, I think if I could just close, I don't want to stand in the way of cocktails. That's rule number 1 when you're a presenter. Don't ever stand in the way of cocktails when you're presenting. But I just want to end with saying thanks for inviting me. And Lake County is such a special place, and it's made special not only by the beauty and everything you have there, but by all the people that make it such a beautiful place and such a welcoming and community feel place. We have such a crazy world right now that just being that sense of community is so wonderful. A lot of people talk it, but they don't walk the walk. They just really, I think all of you have done such a wonderful job. So keep it up. And you're having fun while you're doing it, which is great. We want to make sure you do that. But I want to say thanks again. And we couldn't have the CTA program without all of you wonderful CTAs doing what you do and making sure that everybody just enjoys what they're doing and you enjoy each other. And I just want to say thanks again and congratulations on your 5 years. I'll celebrate you. Yay.
Hey, Jackie.
Yeah, Tony.
I just want to say, first of all, as somebody who was in the initial class for the CTAs, it's good to be here. Mickey, I don't know if you know, I ran the program under the auspices of the county for a while.
Yes.
And oddly enough, this is the first time we've met. So it's a real pleasure to meet you here in the
exactly
digital world.
When I saw your name, I was so excited. And then when you laced yourself with the LA Dodgers pearls, that was even, or balls, I should say, was even better. So congratulations.
Pearls.
We had to go there, huh? We had to go there.
But it's baseballs to former Angelinos.
Yeah, Tony, it was so wonderful. The county did so great, and you kept it alive, and then all of you, the committee, it's just amazing what you've done.
Thank you, Mickey.
Mickey, Tony wouldn't know a baseball from a basement, but he just likes to just kind of twist that knife.
Yep, absolutely. If there's a pot, I like to stir it.
I do think that Tony and his role with the county was a good staple for the CTA program because
Absolutely.
he really, God knows, Tony knows everybody in the county, and the county knows Tony pretty much. Mm-hmm. Well, yeah. But and just that, having that foundation to build on, and then having Melissa with her drive, as Melissa always has, she brought the program to the county, and then she brought the program to the chamber, because I'll be god dang if it was going away, right, Melissa?
Exactly. Yeah, Melissa, you've been wonderful too. I should have called you out and said thank you. It's just been remarkable, and you and I became friends over this through this program, and I'll cherish that forever. So thanks for everything you've done too.
Cool. So I think what I was going to have CTAs, just the 5-year CTA folks that are here, just give their viewpoint on the CTA program and what it means, and then have some of our major sponsors give their input onto the program and the values. So Tony, since you kind of started, I'm going to let you finish up on what the CTA program means to you and all your wisdom.
Well, I wouldn't go so far as to claim any wisdom, first of all, and those of you who know me
Yes,
would attest to that. But one of the things I think the moment that kind of defined it for me was I was walking down the street, well, of course, with my pin on, which I don't have on at the moment. And I know I'm sitting here in my office. I know. And I even got my
I'm gonna
5-year
get
pin.
you, Tony. You're the one who taught me how to be the sheriff. You're in trouble.
I know. And
You're the
it's
best
sitting
sheriff
on my
ever, Robert.
nightstand. Anyway, so I'm walking down the street and some dude just pulls over with a station wagon full of stuff and he says, "Where's the local Goodwill?" And I'm like, "Well, there isn't one." I told him about the thrift stores in the county, and we get in a conversation about places to go and things to do and places to eat. And it's just like, you never know when somebody is going to want tourism information. And he was clearly, I assume he was cleaning out a house for someone here in Lake County. And it's just some random dude, on the side of who sees me walking down the street on the side of the road, and thought, I'm going to ask that guy. So we're always ambassadors 24/7.
Mhm.
Good segue. So now I'm going to actually ask Alan Flora to unmute without a cocktail. Because Alan Flora is a CTA. He's also the city manager of the city of Clear Lake and a big proponent of the CTA program. And the city of Clear Lake is one of our major sponsors, and we greatly appreciate that support. So I thought maybe you could give your little insight on your feelings of the program, Alan.
Sure. Well, first of all, congratulations to Melissa Swanson for her 5-year term as our city clerk.
And she's so cute. Look at that smile.
Yeah. So, I think, the program's amazing. We try to send all of our staff once they come on board as soon as we can. Although they don't have a lot of tourist contact, I feel like that the program is so important, and talking positively about the county is so important, and sort of spreading that wave. It needs to start from every point it can, and so we're excited to be a part of it. Excited about the dedication that all of you have to keep this program going through some tough times, and proud to be a major sponsor. And in fact, we're upping our sponsorship this year to offer a grant program for at least 30 businesses within the city of Clear Lake to be able to send their employees for free and try to provide that experience to get some folks.
That's great.
Thank you, Alan.
Keep up the good work, guys.
Thank you, Alan. So Alan really does all of his, Mickey, just so you know, his employees, like the great people that fill the potholes in the street and work on whatever, he puts them all through there. And I had the pleasure of teaching one of those classes, and it's interesting because like you said, it's just the positive attitude, and it's having them just be aware, like Tony said, that 24/7 we're all ambassadors. You just never know when it's going to happen. We stayed at Lisa's campground last week for a few days, and I was walking the dog, and this gentleman pops out of a car and he goes, "Hey, I'm an Uber driver from Sacramento, and I just dropped somebody up off the top of the hill there. What is there to see around here in the next half hour?" I felt like it was like a CTA test or something, but it really, is like, that's what happened.
Yeah.
So absolutely true. And thank you, Alan, for your support and your vision of the program. I appreciate that.
I have a quick story, because I always do. First of all, here's my regular pin and my 5-year pin.
Nice,
So,
Tony.
Okay, good save.
yeah. I had the privilege of teaching a class in the city of Clear Lake at Clear Lake City Hall, and we had the chief of police and his immediate assistant, and those guys did not study for the test, but they came in and they scored 100%, which
Wow.
shows just the level of involvement and knowledge and community support the people in Clear Lake have. So, that's a testament to the quality of people in the city of Clear Lake and here in Lake County.
It was mainly all the stuff that I taught them.
Well, clearly, Alan, I mean, without a doubt.
Without a
I
doubt.
was the co-trainer that day, and I was absolutely amazed at the number of people in that class that were Clear Lake employees who literally got 100%. It was stunning.
All right.
Okay, so I think a good follow-up on the next 5-year CTA for Melanchthon would be that wonderful, beautiful, smiling lady, Melissa Swanson. So you want to tell us a little bit about, you know, you and the CTA program?
Sure. Okay. So I think I was also one of the very first to go through the program here in Lake County. And I can tell you that as someone who's lived most of her life here, I graduated from the local high school, went to the middle school, etc. I've raised my family here. I learned so much just in that class about the local history, about, you know, things to be proud about, all the businesses that were going through, the events. The CTA program taught me so much, and to be able to pass on that information, because so many people come into City Hall saying, where do I go? What do I do? Can I find this? Can I find that? What's going on this weekend? Not so much this year, but you know, during the summertime, we get tourists coming in. Even in winter, when the bass fishermen come and want to know where something is, you know, we can all tell them what's going on, what's happening, where to go. It's such a valuable program, and to bring tourists here and to tell locals what's really going on and what the history of, you know, the culture here, the Native American culture, the past, you know, when it was first settled, you know, the hot springs. It's all such a rich culture, and it's really exciting to learn. That was my takeaway personally, but I'm excited to be able to share that with others as well. So thanks.
Thank you, Melissa. And you're smiling, your energy. When I came to give you your 5-year pin, you were so cute. So awesome job. So I think next we're going to go over to Larry Galupe. So Larry is I'm not sure the proper term, the chair of the committee that runs the Tourism Improvement District here in Lake County, and they are also a major sponsor of our program, and we greatly appreciate all your support. Larry also is with the Twin Pine Casino, and they have a lot of their employees that have been certified big supporters of the program. So Larry, you want to give your thoughts?
Well, first of all, I'd like to say thank you for inviting me, and congratulations to all the 5-year awardees. That is awesome. I remember I went to the first, I think I went to one of the first classes at the Schoolhouse Museum in Lakeport. But you know, Lake County, like everybody knows, has such a rich history, and I'm so proud to be, you know, my tribe's has been here for a long time. I've been a long-time resident this time around. Of course, we're all suffering this year with COVID. It's been quite a struggle for our business down here in Middletown, but you know, we're not giving up. And I think you have to have some optimism. I mean, we're working on our budget for next year, and we're having a lot of optimism talks, and you just got to kind of be faithful. But I'm very thankful for everyone on this call, and for everybody I've met through CTA, and everybody on my TID board. I mean, we have such an awesome team on our TID board. And then, you know, also, I mean, I'm also on the Lake County Wine Association board, and that is a fantastic group too. I mean, all of our businesses, they're phenomenal here. One of my sisters, they built a house here up in Kelseyville. They live in Carmel Valley, California. And then they built a house here, a fixer-upper in Kelseyville. And she would tell me every time that she would go someplace new to Kelseyville Lumber, they did a lot of trips there, how nice everybody was here. Unlike where she's living now. It's so different. So she was so happy to build her summer house here. And she tells everybody, you know, I mean, my nieces and nephews have been visiting more from Monterey, and it's been great to see them. I mean, they're considering to relocate to Lake County now too. So it's just been fantastic. I'm so happy to be a part of it and so happy to know everybody on this call almost. So thank you for the opportunity to say a good few words, and I appreciate all the hard work you guys do, because I know it's been tough. It's been really tough this year. I mean, just like the other night, one of my employees had the night off. I gave them the night off, so I had to work our front desk, and it was just so rewarding that the firemen from other counties were here to help our community, and they were so thankful to be here. I mean, it was just amazing.
Wow. Oh, so thank you very much, Larry. And the support of the TID group is really truly appreciated, and we're really excited. They just launched the new website, lakecounty.com. So if any of you guys haven't checked that out, you should. And it's a big push. So now's our time to let people know that, you know, we're ready for tourists to come here. We just want to be safe and smart, obviously, keep our levels where we want to be. But thank you very, very, very much. We appreciate that. You know, the one thing I didn't tell you guys was we actually have, so there's a spattering here, but there's 18 CTAs that are 5-year recipients this year. That's pretty amazing. For everything we've been through, for everything this program's been through, I think that's pretty amazing. So yes, absolutely, Mark, absolutely. Okay, so we just listen. So you know, Melissa Fulton, I'm saving you for the last one because you bring it home. So I'm gonna have Lisa Wilson now give her insights on the CTA program and what a big contributor she's been. Lisa helped on the core committee. She was one of the first people to be certified, obviously, but she contributed highly to the transition into the chamber group and was on the core for a while. She's still an awesome trainer, and just her energy and her wisdom is great. So Lisa, take it away.
Thanks, Jackie. And I'm so glad to see all of you. And Nikki, thank you for joining us. I was in the county courthouse when you trained us with Jill and the librarian, a couple of other people. And then our first training was.
Uh-oh, you froze, Lisa. No.
She needs better internet.
Training. I trained 3 or 4 classes every year. And with Jackie's help, I've actually started to enjoy the online part of it. I didn't like the first one, but Jackie got it dialed in, and I'm happy to participate in that, keep that going. And I've trained many of Alan's team from the city of Clear Lake, and I had to go to animal control a couple months after my training of the city employees, and they proudly showed me their
Oh, yeah.
Nice.
Yay.
yeah, and it wasn't even the animal control team. There was a yard there, so it was some of the guys that work out on the roads, and they said hi and showed me their pins. And one guy told me he left it somewhere, so I always carry extra, so I gave him a pin, and he was really happy about that. So I'm really thrilled that Alan is, for the reasons Alan is, you know, making it important here in Clear Lake, you know, the pride of place, that it goes a long way for everybody. So I really appreciate that. And here at camp, I tell everybody, welcome to camp. We're so glad you came. We hope you come back and tell your friends. And I learned that as a CTA.
Yay.
And they'll start asking me questions, and I pat my little star here. I said, well, I am a certified tourism ambassador, so you did get to the right person. So I'm really enjoying it, and I appreciate the program. It's something that was in me that can be expressed through the program. So
Nice.
thank you, everybody.
Love it.
Thank you, Lisa. All right, Robert Bocabella, it's your turn. So Robert, too, has been a huge contributor to the CTA core committee. You know, was on there from the start with all of us. There's a trainer. Step back a little bit now, but totally understandable. So, you know, his heart and passion is in it, and he is still the #1 pin police.
Sheriff.
This #1 pin sheriff in the county.
Sheriff.
Tony, sorry, but I think he's the #1. So Robert, you take it away. You got a couple minutes to check us all in here.
Okay, well, I was in that training, Mickey, and it was wonderful to meet you all 5 years ago.
Same.
You're right, the county has been through an incredible amount, but we've created a camaraderie through what you created for us. And and a structure that works. And, you know, I wear my star. It's been hard with COVID because we're not out and about but as much, but I always have worn my star in and out of the county, wherever I go. And I've had a couple situations where it mattered. And one was sitting over in Sonoma County at what's his name, the winery. My brain just went dead.
Franco Coppola.
Coppola. And literally as I was walking up the stairs at Coppola's, the guy opened the gate and he looked at me and he said, "Oh, CTAs know stuff." And literally that training came from Sonoma County. We've stolen that line and use it here. And so that evening or that afternoon, literally at the very end, the guy says to me, my server, totally different person, says, "We notice you're a CTA and we're extending I think it was 10 or 15% discount for being a CTA walking through the door." Amazing.
Wow.
So my other story goes with, I've, you know, take Destination magazine, crates of them and leave them everywhere. And especially at Kaiser and Santa Rosa or Petaluma. And there was this one day that I dropped one off, and literally, this is where Jackie and Joe come in. They walk into somewhere in Guerneville and for the weekend, and the woman sees the star and they wanted to know where you were from. And they said, Lake County. And the woman says, "Wow, I learned a whole bunch about Lake County. I was in the waiting room in Kaiser and I read the book at home." So, I mean, there's so many other stories I could tell. I mean, I was out in Clear Lake on Lakeshore Drive, literally way out in nowhere. And suddenly there is this very long RV. It's like, how did you get out here? And it was like they were hunting for a place and they said, "I think we're off the road." So literally I gave them a Destination magazine. They wanted a place to park for the night. I connected them with Lisa Wilson to take them over to their campground. They ended up at Walmart, but I did everything I could to keep some money in the county. But, you know, I've got tons of stories where people would walk into my office in Lakeport, one woman from Amsterdam wanting to know where to get tourism information, handed her a Destination magazine. And she says, "Where's the lake?" I mean, it happens all the time. We just have to be aware, wear our stars, and intervene when somebody says something ridiculous in a checkout and just handle it. And you taught us how to do it. I want to thank you so much.
Well, I thank you. You guys make it all worthwhile. You know, we gave you the toolbox, and you made what you needed to make for your county. That's what's so special about CTA. So thank you, Robert. It's very special for me to hear that.
Absolutely.
Thank you.
Thank you so
No,
much.
Robert does bring about a really good point that I don't know if everybody's aware, but you know, so right around here, really, I mean, Lake County is a CTA organization, obviously. Sonoma County, Butte County. We had the honor of meeting the Butte County ladies at the summit, right as the Paradise Fire was hitting, actually.
Yes,
So talk about a bonding experience. Where'd I go?
Stockton also. So yeah.
Yeah, Stockton also.
Mendocino County.
Yeah, and Mendocino County is supposed to come on board. They're not yet.
I haven't talked to them in a while. I think all of this has stalled everything, but they've been definitely interested. So hopefully we can get them back once everything returns to whatever normal is.
So it really is fun. And Joe and I've had that experience too, going down to Sonoma County wearing the stars, and you know, you find someone in a hotel or something that has it. It's a really nice bonding experience, and it's a family thing. So it's that networking and connection, and it's an amazing thing. And the positivity is certainly what we all need right now. So I think I got all of our 5-year CTAs.
Except for.
One thing that I forgot to say is that.
Oh, wait. What do you have, Lisa?
Yeah, I'm a business and I'm an employer, and I have 100% CTA staff, and one of them is here tonight, Martha.
Yay, nice.
Oh,
nice.
Awesome.
Awesome. Yay.
Welcome.
Hey, Jackie.
Yeah, Lisa's definitely one of the best 100%ers out there. That's for sure.
Yes. And don't forget
So-
Terry.
Terry,
So I want to wrap this up with
Jackie Terry Durnick, our new social director.
Terry.
She's a 5-year.
Oh, that's right. I'm sorry. I went right over you. I'm sorry, Terry.
That's because she was muted.
And I keep going in and out for God's sake.
Well,
So
so
Terry is our new social director, and we want to thank her again for stepping up to the plate. And we had the pleasure actually presenting her with her 5-year pin, and it was Michelle and Joe and I went out to her house and did that, and I got to tell you, it was cool because I'd never been in that area, so tell me how we got there.
It was a CTA moment.
It was a
It was
CTA
like
moment.
we learned it. Had never been before.
Yeah, so
Got to see her vineyard.
not that far, so it was awesome. So please, Terry, share your thoughts.
first of all, what I want to say, two things. The current committee that has been running this program, you guys deserve cheers and cheers and cheers because you've done a fabulous job. I mean, so I was director of the Winery Association at the point where, Mickey, where you came to Lake County. And it was really exciting because oh my God, what a fabulous idea. I think I was in the second class. So I looked at it as, wow, this is an opportunity to spread the wealth of people who will talk positively about our county. And we need that. I think every place needs that, but certainly we felt like we needed that. 2015, as I remember, was all going really well until the fire. And then it was like, oh my God, a whole new ball game. And it feels like the ball game hasn't quite ended. I'm waiting for the end of the 9th inning, but I don't know. Anyway, so I again, just want to toast Jackie and Joe as just wonderful for this program. Lisa for all of her energy. Mr. Barthel, who, wow, I remember when you took it over for the county. Larry, you and I were on the board, or you were on the board, I should say, and a great supporter of the Winery Association, which I still remember very fondly and appreciate. So going forward, I'm just super excited to be part of this. I'm not really in the tourism industry at this point in my life, but to the point about when you meet somebody, whether it's in the grocery line or wherever, and they've got this misinformation, and it's kind of like, what? Wait a minute. And it gives us more information to be able to say, well, wait, let's reframe this conversation. And I think it's just awesome. Alan, Flora, what you're doing in the city of Clear Lake is like, oh, wow, fabulous. So I'm excited to be here, and I'm excited to be looking at opportunities for the year going forward about what can we do to keep this cohesiveness of this group, because that's a piece of it that we're sitting here in this COVID process and it's like not much fun. On the other hand, having these continuing opportunities, one, to learn, and second, to keep this camaraderie going, I think is really super. So thank you.
I do too. Thank you so much, Terry. Like you said, you're not necessarily in the tourism industry, but all of us are ambassadors all the time. So we greatly appreciate all your wisdom and your knowledge of the county, and I'm excited to see what you're going to bring to all that. So I am going to actually, I don't know where the hell I go here. Anyway, so I am going to turn this over to Miss Melissa Fulton, who was the spearhead of this program from the very beginning, as Mickey knows, and is, we all aspire to be like Melissa when we grow up. Your energy and your love and for the community and just what you do and your tenacity is so inspiring to all of us. So I'm going to give you the stage, Melissa, but you have to unmute because I muted your cell phone because it was making. Unmute
You're
yourself.
assuming any of us want to grow up.
I don't think so either.
Not you, Tony.
Melissa, you got to ask to unmute. Because I muted yourself because it was giving feedback.
Yeah.
There you go.
There you
Oh,
go.
doing it.
There.
Yeah, I know you can hear my grandfather clock in the background striking 6. Well, be careful what you wish for, because you never should wish to be me. I was thinking that I originally met Nikki in 2014, but thinking about it, I think it had to have been November of 2013 or thereabouts. And Nikki came and sat with myself, Kelly Cox, and Deborah Summerfield, who was working for the county at the time. And this was kind of at the end of one of those strategic planning programs that a lot of us have been through a few times. And so Mickey came and sat with us and talked about this program. And I felt exactly as so many of you have said, this is outstanding. We have to do this. Well, Deborah left the county, Kelly retired. And
Melissa's still there.
And so it took some conversation, and yes, I can be extremely stubborn and extremely tenacious. And finally, I got Matt to say, you know, maybe we should do this. And of course, Deborah was in there. You know, we don't let up. And so I was in that first class that we had at the museum. And this has evolved. And I spoke to this when the team came and presented me with my 5-year certificate. And I cheated. I took a 5-year pin before they came. So
Yes, you did.
Yes, you did.
You stole it from me.
You know, this, I had great visions and great hopes for this program, just as everyone in this meeting has for a long time. And to see it evolve into what it is today is absolutely astounding. It's more than I ever imagined we could be, because I didn't think that Joe would come and tell me that Jackie has volunteered to chair the CTA committee. And when that happened, I knew we were on our way. And those two have never disappointed any of us. And to see all of you this evening and knowing that we have so many CTAs out there, I've had experiences like many of you, like Robert was talking about, being in the grocery line and hearing somebody say something really off the wall, and not being shy, stepping up and saying, do you mind? And I was at an all-girls evening party here probably about 3 weeks ago, and I had someone say something, and I said, excuse me. I'd never met her before that evening, and I did the same thing that we've all talked about, and in my words, I kind of set her straight, but I did it very, you know, I was professional.
Of course.
But, and I thought I was going to be able to get, she was very interested in the program. And I thought I was going to be able to get her in the class that was just held, and wasn't able to manage that. But I'm going to try for the one on the 14th, because she was extremely interested and very open to what I was sharing with her. So can't thank you all enough. It takes the village, and this is the village that has really built a program that can make Lake County even more wonderful than we all feel it is. It's amazing. I moved here in January of 1989. Believe it or not, John and I said we were moving to Lake County to slow down. Yeah. There's just too many wonderful things. There's too many wonderful people. And to me, the joy and and the stars in Lake County are the people. And I mean that sincerely. Every one of you, and it's a fabulous place, and I bless the fact that John found this place and moved us up here. And I've never looked back. So thank you to everyone on this meeting and to all of our CTAs. And see, I did that and I didn't cry this time.
Well, thank you, and I'm glad that I'm glad that John found this to bring you here, Melissa. So, I think everyone, Joe, as the president of the Chamber of Commerce, would you like to say anything?
No, I think Melissa stated it as I would. I'm going to leave it at that.
Wow. Doesn't happen very often, does it, Melissa?
For another year. I just thought I'd share that.
Not another year. No more years.
Any of our other CTAs have anything to ask? I mean, you have the founder of the CTA network here. Do you guys have anything else to ask, Nikki, or anything like that?
I just have a quick something about our 5-year folks, Jackie.
Yep.
So, you know, as I was thinking about this evening, especially as we've been going around delivering certificates and pins, I've been thinking about each person and thinking about the traits that they all have in common. So obviously they think creatively, they think outside the box, they're driven by their passion for our community. They're constant champions of Lake County. There's no off switch, it's on all the time. They have extreme high energy. They are very collaborative, and they think less about what they can get from this program and volunteering and more about what they can contribute. So I'm excited to be part of this organization, especially. I'm glad I made the move to Lake County as well 3 years ago, going on my 4th year. And I would say on behalf of everyone in Lake County, thank you all for your passion and creativity. And I look forward to brainstorming more with all of you too as we move forward.
Awesome.
Can I ask a question?
You may ask a question.
I would like to ask a question. Brock, I really appreciate you being here. I'm just I don't want to put you on the spot, but you know this program, and you know, Brock is a superintendent of the Lake County Office of Education, Mickey. So, Brock, how do you see this, or do you see this kind of fitting in at some point with students?
You know, it's a good question, Joe. And, you know, at this point, we have worked to get a portion of our staff certified as CTAs, not just because it's important to talk positively about the county, but also to stress the importance of good customer skills. Nancy, I don't know if you came through with our program or you came through on your own and then redid it with our program. But...
No, I did it with you folks just in June, just before I retired, 2 months later, and Brock let me go through the program. So, and here I am, retired and volunteering.
It's important that we get our staff and adults through there, because even in an educational setting, sometimes you'll hear people speak negatively about Lake County or about the situation they find themselves in. So if there were a way to secure funding to do this through the schools, I think your leadership programs would be an ideal outreach, both at the middle school and the high school. Some of our programs have some Lake County specific elements within their curriculum. So, you know, that's on a case-by-case, teacher-by-teacher basis that we could really provide some outreach to. I think the biggest barrier you're going to find in looking at the schools is the cost of the program. So when you look at a teacher's budget in their classroom, they might get a grand total of $150 to spend on classroom supplies, activities, etc. which doesn't go a long way. Most teachers fund supplies and activities out of their own pocket or ask for donations to cover that. So that would be, I think, the key barrier that we would have to overcome if we wanted to outreach to schools.
Thank you, Brock. I just think that if we have, we've got the old farts like me who are doing this is one thing, but if we can capture a younger generation, a younger demographic into this CTA program, it makes it that much easier when they get to be my age and they pass that along to their children. So it's just something for us to think about, Brock. I appreciate you.
You're still young, Joe.
No, oh hell no. You haven't seen me trying to get out of bed.
County workers, that's oftentimes that first or second or third job for a young Lake County recent graduate or even a student. So that's oftentimes who tourists are asking about what to do, where to go.
Right.
And you know what, Brock, I totally agree with you. And I think and commend Mickey for the program that we have. That back end of the training with customer service is huge. And to get that customer service training for the kids in this county would be fantastic as they enter into their own careers.
And I think that those are all things as this committee grows and everything and the program grows that we'll elaborate on, like we talked about. That's kind of where we started going when we trained at the city, at the education community. We trained them and we started getting into the schools, and then all this, stuff happened. So I think like Mickey said, the tenacity of the group is amazing. And the positivity of the group is amazing. And our 5-year CTAs are just a testament to that whole thing. And I want to thank you all for that. Melissa, what you got?
Can you hear me? Because I've had some issues with my phone.
Yeah, can hear you.
Okay. Every year for 7 years, I believe it is, Brock can correct me if I'm wrong, the chamber has partnered with LCOE, and we put on a reception in August for the new educators, the people who have moved here. Some of them move within the county between the districts, but a lot come from out of the county. And of course, it was canceled this year. And so we're planning on it for next August. And you get, over the years that we've done this, I've seen a lot of those educators come in, and they are young, very enthusiastic, and we try and introduce them. We give them a copy of Destinations, but also in the room that evening are a lot of the current staff. And I think it might be worth our while to, maybe we don't do a lot of talking there, it's more introducing the new educators. But I think it would be worth our while to consider having a handout about the CTA program for these new people. And also the existing educators who may not have heard about it, or if when it comes around next August, if in fact we're looking at doing something with the leadership teams in the schools, this would just give them a little bit more background. So I wanted to throw that out while we were talking about the schools.
See, just always thinking about new ways, right? Right?
Woohoo!
It off.
All right, you guys. So I'm going to give one last shout out and one last cheers to all of our 5-year CTAs. And I want to thank everybody for being here so much. And I think we should do one more woohoo, right, Michelle?
Yes.
Woo. I know it's late there in Arizona.
Thank you, Mickey.
Have a good dinner.
Thank you, everybody. Love you guys. God bless.
Bye-bye.
You too.
Thank you.
Thanks, everybody. Congratulations.
Great finally meeting you after all these years.
Same here, Tony. This is great.
much.